Hello, this is Scott Loomis from Tech for Learning, and this is my helping your child use Wixie at home. Yes, parents, this video is just for you. And as a parent myself, I can appreciate the concerns we may have about our children using technology productively, meaningfully. You know, we have high school graduates now that say, yeah, I'm tech savvy, and yeah, they sure appear tech savvy, but how much do they know beyond PowerPoint or, more importantly, cell phones and social media and Facebook and TikTok and everything like that? So again, can they actually produce something to share what they know? Now, Wixie is primarily used in elementary schools and middle schools, and this video is going to show you a little bit about Wixie. So if your student needs help with making things, producing a product in Wixie, you can be there for them, as well as if you're looking at what your child could be doing for fun with Wixie. I mean, there's an opportunity to have the students record themselves singing happy birthday to grandma or grandpa, and then you can email the link to the video to grandma and grandpa so they can open it up and just listen to you sing. I'm sure it'll bring tears to their eyes. It'll be joyous, and they'll be that grandparent's new favorite grandchild if they're not already. So, and I know that's important when I got, brothers and sisters-in-laws competing here with a big group of grandchildren. So anyways, I am sorry I had to take that tangent there. Let's talk about how you can use Wixie. And again, most children will access their Wixie account through the school's learning management system, whether it be Google or Schoology or Canvas or Clever. So they'll log into the school system, and a lot of districts even have their own thing. And then from there, they'll look for like the instructional tool list. And this, I kind of highlighted this painted hand icon. That's the Wixie icon. Usually the tools are in instructional or alphabetical order. So if the best for last, Wixie's down there at the bottom. Look for the painted hand and or just the word Wixie. Otherwise, the students, and I'm going to log out here, can just go to wixie.com. And, obviously when you're there, these are the resources. There is a nice parents page. So if you do have questions about accessing it from all your different devices to see if your browser is compatible, if you're having problems getting it on an older device maybe, and if you're curious about the privacy and ad-free policies, that information is all here. However, if they click on sign in, they can go ahead and access their account through this method as well. And again, what the teacher sees and what the student sees are very similar, but this is a student account I've just logged into, so we're going to focus on that view, which is what your children will be using anyways. Tools along the left-hand side, things like My Projects, which allows them to see all of their work. The most recent files are here first in the list. And then, obviously the last file to be opened, this one was from last, looks like July is open. And there are different views. So if the kids want more of a grid view, or a grid view or not storyboard, but a list view or a grid view, those are here. If a teacher assigns them a template to do, we would see this very first thing at the top. So no matter how old your child is, maybe they're doing something with U.S. history in middle school, or maybe they're doing something with, vowel sounds, starting sounds or whatnot, this template will be their first thing. All they got to do is open it and they can begin working on it. You should know that Wixie saves automatically. There is no save button, so don't look for it. And anything your child does will automatically be made available to teachers. So there's no Dropbox either. So your youngest students don't have to save it here and put it there and put it there. They just do the work and it automatically shows up. So I'm going to choose new. And although if kids are like doing stuff for fun or have a picture like they want to take, if they are continuing some type of virtual instruction from home, you could start a project with a picture. I'm going to end up taking a picture myself. Hi, everybody. So if they have a device and want to do a picture and then paint on the picture, this is how they can do it if they got a device with a camera. So maybe they're taking a picture of a pet or family for like a start to school thing, or their house. Maybe they're doing it of a science experiment or something else they've created. They want to take a picture and then draw or add an audio recording to it. They can. So that's one option to start from photo, but I'm going to go with landscape. There has been a slight user interface update this past summer, so the summer of 2021 with Wixie. So your students, if this is early in the school year, may say, wait, this doesn't look like Wixie. We just modified it a little bit. I think it's more streamlined. If your child's view is different than this, that's slightly different, it kind of looks the same, but the tools are over here instead of over here, there is a primary view for kindergarten and first grade that we encourage teachers to use because it is a simplified version of the program. Here, when you go into Paintbrush and you look at your colors, if you don't like one of those 12 colors, you can just choose them from the million-point color wheel. There's also 6 different types of brushstrokes to choose from. We realize or believe a kindergartner doesn't need a million colors or 6 different brushstrokes. They just need to be able to paint to share what they know. So Wixie has a simplified version that eliminates a lot of extra options so students don't get lost in the technology, but are able to produce something to share what they know more easily. So if what your kids have is slightly different, know that the tools overlap. You just may not have the options in the primary view that you would here in the standard view. So I got multiple pages going to show up in a storyboard over here on the left. I can add pages down here, add text, images, even video or audio recordings here along the top and side, and I can undo down here in the corner. And I am going to start with some basic painting. Do I want a small stroke? No, I want a little bigger. And I could undo, but I'm just going to draw over top of it. And then I'm going to, and paint tools are paint tools. Wixie isn't special because of its paint tools. It's just part of the productivity process. Return to paintbrush, yeah, still go pretty big. I could draw leaves by hand, but I also know I can spray paint things. So let's spray paint. And again, in this program, just like it was with the paint one, arrows mean options. So it may only show one option, but I can change it using these arrows. And that's the terminology I encourage even teachers to use. So with your students too, again, arrows, options. There must be an arrow. You can recognize it. So wait, there's more. Oh, animals, numbers, cars, like objects, people, category. There's like nature. Oh yeah. Do I want like a eucalyptus tree leaf? Do I want, let's go with a fall leaf. And now I selected, I will go back because I want to be able to choose, do I want itty bitty leaves? No. I want some big honking leaves. There we go. So now I have my nature scene cooking. I can draw a sun or use a circle. I can draw little birds with my artistic V that I've sometimes done, but I'm okay with that. The important thing, I think, with your students, if they are doing something for school, is to not get lost in the drawing, unless the project's to draw something, but instead to use existing images so they can get to the content knowledge more quickly. So and if they finish early, let them go back and delete the clip art. We call them stickers. Delete the clip art and stickers and draw their own work. That's fine, but you can't spend the whole time drawing and not do anything related to the assignment. So image, you can, but that would get you a bad score. So image, library, I can use stickers. There are over 10,000. I can go get photos from it's a website called Pics for Learning. These are all content related, no people or things like that as far as faces. You could go get a picture from a camera right now and just take a still one so it's not the whole background, or from file. Maybe you have some vacation photos you want to bring in or something. As I mentioned, there are over 10,000 stickers, many stickers. Like a caterpillar is going to show up under animals, of course, but it's also going to show up under books because there's the hungry caterpillar. And it's probably going to also show up, a caterpillar is probably going to show up under life cycles for a butterfly. So many stickers appear in multiple folders, but one of the easiest ways to do is just to search for it. Spelling does count. It's a search engine, so spelling is important. I'm going to add a deer. I can double click, bring it in, or click and then press add. I'm going to go click. Resize, move around, rotate. And what's really nice, if you got a younger student and they're doing something like sorting vowel sounds and they're not sure what an image is, it will read what it is.
Deer.
It's a deer. Add a text object. I love our text objects. Hello. My name is Steve, and I am a deer. So once I select it, and I've clicked away from it because the browser now is only typing, but if I move away from the text object and click any place else on the page, and then come back and select it once, I now have options for editing the text. Same would be true for your sticker. If you click on it, you now have options to flip and rotate, even glue and draw on it. So if you don't have anything selected, it's just page background stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do text. I'm going to keep it at that font. I'm going to keep it at that size. Let's make it a bubble. So boom, it's a callout bubble. And if you want to change your bubble options, you got to click the arrow for options. I'm going to center it because I'm a little type A and I like it that way, and it's a little too big. So let's go ahead and bring it down. Let's just grab it here. And let's move the tail. So now I can actually work on a multi-page project if I want to, like step-by-steps. It can be anything from the steps in, converting an improper fraction to a mixed number to your own story. Tall tale story, talk about your vacation if you want to do things like that. All sorts of options related to multi-page scenarios. I'm going to return to this page and talk about the coolest product in the program, and I still think it's a record tool. We've added video, but I love recording. Your children can add one audio recording file per page that can last up to 5 minutes in length. So that's 5 minutes for page 1. A new recording on page 2 would be a new 5 minutes. A new recording on page 3, if you were to add it, would be a new 5 minutes. So you get a long time to record on each page. And you can easily do something with your students if you want to. Let's say they're pretending to be an animal or like a state person or a famous person or a character from a novel. You too could actually do a project where you get to ask the questions and they pretend to be that thing and give the answers. So, you could do like an interview basically, or they could just do a point of view all by themselves. But you have a lot of great options, including drawing a birthday cake and singing Happy Birthday Grandma. And all you have to do, you guys can't see my URL up here, but all you have to do is copy the URL and send that to the email to Grandpa or Grandma. Right? There's also, and actually that would depend if there's a security key or not, but we also have the ability to share it under the file menu. This is what I'd recommend to do actually instead of copying the link, because most are protected. In fact, all student files are protected. So you go to share and you type in Grandma or Grandpa's email and then leave a message to them like, happy birthday, I look forward to seeing you, on Saturday for the party or something. And this email will automatically include this link as well as a public security key to then open the link to see the file. This way no one can just randomly type in a number and get it. You got the link and the public key, and they'll show up in the email message if you send it through, again, the file and share message. Also, the file and print menu, if you do multiple pages, allows you to make tent cards or table tents or postcards. Again, you don't partition the page with lines. You just have multiple pages, and Wixie knows to put them in this order. And my favorite, if you have a single page, you can actually choose trading cards and repeat the page so the whole page. See, right now I got one page and one blank one. But if I had only one page, it would let me do the whole page as trading cards. So kids could do like their own trading cards if they want to about themselves, or you can help make vocabulary cards or old school flip cards as we look to have the kids, share their information that way. So pretty cool, but I'm going to cancel that. You can add the video file. And once again, you get to see my gorgeous mug. This one even looks a little better quality. Same like the audio recording, the video can last up to 5 minutes. If I move my hand in front of the camera. So you have the option, your students do, of course, your children have the option of holding things up, talking about it. I mean, a lot of times the teacher may, if they're good, will question if the student truly understands the answers they're getting, especially in a virtual environment. Did mom and dad, did you guys give it to them and they really didn't know how to do it? Or did they get it from a friend? They phoned a friend for help. What I love about the recording too, especially if your kids have trouble explaining how they got an answer, like how they solved a problem, or if they just want to explain something, do it through an audio recording or do it through a video as well. And this way they could hold up, props almost, or hold up things to help represent or explain what they're thinking. Another great opportunity is they dress up as someone. So you set the camera up, no background, but you got it so they can stand up and they can pretend to be a famous person from the state they're researching, or they're crossing the Oregon Trail in social studies, or maybe they're an 8th grader doing the periodic table and they want to dress up like hydrogen or water would be a really easy one, but something with a whole lot of protons and neutrons and the whole realm of things. So kids can get super creative to demonstrate their knowledge here, and if they're giving an option to choose, forget PowerPoint, no bulleted list. Have them show it meaningfully and creatively. And this kind of allows you the kids to do that and to do it very rigorously as well as far as sustainability and academic kind of improvement or advancement. And research shows when the kids are engaged in applying their knowledge meaningfully, they're going to retain that knowledge so much longer than they would, again, through bulleted list or just even sometimes writing paragraphs. So we're going to get rid of that video as well. The only other thing I think that's important to know is from your profile picture, there is a help menu. And the students see this as well. You can see they have it as well. And under the help menu are step-by-step directions for every kind of component of the program. So if I go into photos, apply black and white, blur, filter, cameo, round the corners of a photo, do an invert, filter, projects, duplicating, open a template, open assignment, library. So when you click on these, record a video, for instance, there's step-by-step directions on how to do it. So for you or for your child as they look to expand their use of Wixie, it can work very nice. And with that, the last thing I'm going to do is log out, open up the main page again under my teacher account, and remind people my email is here. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I can definitely point you in the right direction if necessary. But if not, I hope you found this video to be of value and look forward to seeing what your children are making with Wixie. Bye now.